First thing I want to start out with is making a fenugreek hair growth mist. And I like fenugreek because it is a powerhouse when it comes to hair growth. Okay, it helps to strengthen the hair follicles, it helps to hydrate the scalp, and it can even reduce shedding. It helps to balance your oil production. So if your scalp is a little too oily, it can kind of help to balance that out. And if it's more on the drier side, it can help to balance that out as well. So for this recipe, you are going to need, of course, your fenugreek. We're going to need distilled water. So I just got some good old distilled water from Walmart. Okay, nothing special. I think this was like $2, maybe less. But for this blend, we only need about a 1/3 cup of distilled water. So I'm going to use this little measuring cup here, and I already filled it with 1/3 cup of distilled water. And then we're going to need 1 teaspoon. So I have my little measuring spoon. This is a teaspoon. So, and I usually overfill my measuring spoons when I'm making my little DIY, because if you want to add a little more, you can add a little more, but I'm going to do 1 teaspoon. And matter of fact, because I can, I'm going to do 1.5. Okay. And that's that. This particular blend is going to have to sit overnight. You are going to soak the seeds. Okay. The fenugreek seeds will need to soak overnight. So we're talking 12 hours up to 24 hours. If you can do 24 hours, that would be amazing. You're going to strain them out. So we're going to pretend these have already soaked. We're going to pretend we got our fenugreek water. Okay, because that's essentially what's going to happen. They're going to soak in the water. The water is going to absorb all of the nutrients and minerals and everything that has the fenugreek is good for. Okay, and then you'll take a spray bottle. So this is probably about 3 ounces, maybe a little less. So you're supposed to strain the fenugreek seeds out. All right, but for the sake of time, just roll with me. Okay. So I'm going to pour this in here, and remember, these have soaked overnight. All right. So that I don't get all of the seeds in the bottle, we'll do that. And now you can add some essential oil. So one essential oil that I would recommend is rosemary. Rosemary essential oil is very good for stimulating hair growth. So rosemary with fenugreek is definitely going to give you some growth power. So I'm going to do 3 drops. That's it. So remember, we're adding rosemary to fenugreek water. The fenugreek soaks in the water overnight, and then we add the rosemary. Okay, so this is what you end up with, right? You can use this as a leave-in scalp mist. Okay, you do not have to rinse it out. You can, if the smell of the fenugreek or the rosemary is too strong, you can definitely rinse it out if you choose, but you do not have to. Okay, so you'll spray this on your scalp once a day to keep everything hydrated and to boost growth. Now, in between uses, you definitely need to store this in the refrigerator. Okay, you'll need to refrigerate this since it's all natural and we did not add any preservatives. Okay, so you'll need to refrigerate this and try to use it within 5 to 7 days. Since we're using a smaller bottle, we're making a smaller batch. I always recommend starting with a smaller batch, because that way you'll know if you have a reaction to it, if it's something that is actually really helping, or if it's not helping, then you don't waste a lot of product. Okay. If this particular blend doesn't help you, then you make something else. Now, another good thing I recommend to do when you're making your own blends is to write down what you made. So I have these little labels here. On the label, it has the blend name. So remember, we call this a fenugreek hair growth mist. So I would just write that on here. I'm just going to write fenugreek mist. And then the purpose of this is going to be for hair growth and scalp health. So I'm going to do growth and scalp health. And then I need to also, what's very important is that you include the date that you made the blend. Because if you need to use it within 7 days, you need to know when that 7-day cutoff is. And today is the 24th, so I'm going to do 10/24/24. And so there's my label. And I'm going to take this bad boy, and also it'll help you remember what you blended. Okay. So I'm going to take this and put it on here. And just like that, I just made my own blend. All right. I have the name of it, what I made it for, and the date that I made it, so that I know in 7 days, if I have not used all of this, I need to throw it away.